Well, I think most librarians should know, if they do not know, that we have a significant number of adults in our society who are at risk because of several educational factors. The first factor would be less than a high school education. The second factor would be less than a college education. And the third factor is people who do not read, speak, or understand English very well. So recognizing that, it means that they're not in a position to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented in our society, and therefore it's an agenda that most librarians should be aware of.
What?
Well, the Adult Education and Economic Growth Act of 2011, which has just been introduced in the House by Representative Hinojosa, revisits some issues that we thought we had addressed in the National Literacy Act that Senator Paul Simon and others sponsored back in the early 90s. But that did not result in sustained progress. The National Institute for Literacy, which was founded on that act, was closed after about 10 years. The funding diminished. The programs were sort of buried within the Department of Education. So this is getting a new start, but it's starting from a different premise, and that is that the economic growth of the country is threatened by having too many adults in our society who have low literacy skills. That's the basic premise. And so it integrates a number of things. First of all, it integrates education and job training. And it produces a federal leadership role, which we thought we had before, but has now been being restored by this act. And secondly, it really emphasizes coordinated work at the state and local level with bringing employers and civic leaders and others, that all the stakeholders are brought together to focus on this problem of adult education and literacy.
Okay. How can librarians who are watching this, how can they support the bill and help to ensure its passage?
One is that they need to talk about how the bill might affect the constituents where they are located. Because there used to be an ALA member from Oklahoma who was a pioneer in ALA legislative services. Ed Lowe was the University of Oklahoma librarian. Ed used to say that there's nothing better for a member of Congress than to get for instances. And so if you can tell what you know about the percentage of people in your county who have literacy problems, how it would affect your library, what things that you can do. If you can say that you have problems with students entering community college or entering four-year colleges and universities who have difficulty with literacy skills and who can be helped by these programs, I think that's what members of Congress want to hear. Well, I think one of the things that I wanted to be sure that people understood is that libraries have been involved with literacy programs for a long time, but only a few libraries have incorporated them into the basics of their program, and it's only recently that ALA has incorporated literacy into its strategic plan. But literacy is a fundamental program for libraries. Is our reason for being.